Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. At UFC Vegas 38, in the co-main event, Kevin Holland took on Kyle Daukaus, and the fight ended in a no contest. And I have a massive problem with what took place after this co-main event ended. So, for those of you who don't know, Kevin Holland, Kyle Daukaus, it was in the first round. There was some back and forth. There were some exchanges. Eventually, there was an accidental head clash. Dawkins and Colin clash heads, and Holland gets flash KO'd. It was a brutal head clash right on the chin. Holland falls face first and is flash KO'd. He wakes back up after he hits the mat. A big Dan Mergliotta's kind of looking at it. He realizes what happened, but he kind of lets it go. And eventually it leads to some grappling, some ground and pound, and eventually Kyle Daukaus locks up the rear naked choke and taps out Kevin Holland. Well, anyway, it ends up being ruled a no contest, which I think is the absolute 100% right decision. But there was a glaring issue. So, first off, when something like this happens, it was recently passed in the last year or two where a referee can use a video replay to go back and look at circumstances of a fight to better make a decision. I think they were able to look at it in the Jan versus Aljamain Sterling illegal knee, and they've just done it multiple times in the past. I'm not sure the exact rules. I think once you go to instant replay, and I'm not sure because it changes state to state, but I think in Vegas, once you go to the replay, you're not able to restart the fight. So, in an ideal scenario, I think Big Dan should have jumped in immediately, stopped the fight, gave Kevin Holland time to recover because he saw it in real time. He didn't need to see the replay. When Kevin Holland recovered, then restart the fight. I really think that would, in a perfect world, that would have been it. Rather than let it go, because it's weird, you probably should have stopped it right away. It goes on a little bit, and then he gets submitted. So now you're stopping it 30 seconds later after the incident, even though it's illegal. It was incidental by Kyle Daukaus. So after this, and there was so much confusion going on after the finish, but we seen Big Dan go down, and they put the little light on the side of the cage. I hadn't seen that before, and he was talking amongst Herb Dean along with some other commission members, and this is where I had the massive issue. And I wonder if any MMA media is going to talk about this because maybe in this instant they got the decision 100% right. But what was going on the side of that cage was really kind of disturbing in a way because you had Sean Shelby and Mark Ratner in on the conversation. They work for the UFC. There is a reason that we have an athletic commission. The athletic commission is supposed to be the unbiased third party to protect fighters from themselves, to avoid conflict of interest by the UFC. And that's why we have them there to reffing fights. So there ain't no bias. We can't say the promotion's favoring this guy or that guy with the stoppage. And so they're making a decision about a potential outcome of a fight, whether a guy gets a win or loss on his record. And you have UFC employees in on the discussion. I don't see how that's right at all. I mean, that's a massive conflict of interest. I know in this case it didn't cause a problem because they got the right decision. It should have been a no contest. But could you imagine if this same thing happened in the Jan or Sterling knee, the illegal knee Jan landed on Sterling, or even, imagine in a Conor McGregor like Nate Diaz fight, there's a weird foul and the UFC is in discussions with the referee to help them decide what they're going to make the fight, whether it's going to be a no contest, a DQ, a win, or a loss. That is insanity. And I hope somebody else talks about this because when I saw it happen live, when I seen Sean Shelby and Mark Ratner over there chatting it up with Herb Dean and Big Dan, along with some other commission members, and maybe they were just being nosy, but it looked like to me they were talking with them. They should have no way to influence the decision of the commission. I know the commission sometimes is terrible. I know the reffing is sometimes terrible and they make terrible decisions. But by no means we should have the UFC, who has an interest in who wins or loses, making decisions about who wins or loses. That's literally the sole purpose of having a commission rather than having the UFC, have their own referees, or hire their own referees, which isn't really even allowed. So I just thought that was really bizarre. I hope someone else talks about it. But we should not be seeing this in the future at all because that's a massive conflict of interest. And in a bigger, more important fight, this would be a huge controversy. Could you imagine if Conor McGregor was Kevin Holland in this situation, and you have the UFC weighing in on whether or not this should be a DQ, a no contest, a win for Daukaus, or a loss for Kevin Holland, there would be massive outrage and a lot of it wouldn't be right at all. It wouldn't be right at all. So maybe they were just being nosy. Maybe they were just going over there to kind of listen to what was going on. But they should have no influence on the independent commission what decision they make on the fight. So I just wanted to point that out. I wanted to make a video about it. Guys, let me know in the comments, what did you think about this? Because it immediately stuck out to me the second I saw it. I said, what are they doing over there talking to the, commission members and the referee? So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do me a favor, please like the video. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.